You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk, just enter the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with that as usual fact. It's your man, the brand, his hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, with the script, you know we get it like crypto. In the rip though, I side really cryptic, we locked them from the get-go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT strip club leading up to tip off. We shoot like confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we roll the bar too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Price Knicks going to the wire. Get the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, career popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding on orange blue skies. And Metropolitan, we connect in the vest go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and fast and fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick kid assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Yo, salute, ladies and gentlemen. What is good? What is good? What's going on, man? We in the building again for another one back-to-back. New York Knicks and Philadelphia gets the 76ers at the Wells Fargo Center tonight. We're going to get in here and break all that good stuff down, talk about that game, talk about last night's game. A whole lot of shot power for 1 minute. I'm looking in my pocket. I got to look under my my computer board. I can't find that Knicks 3-point defense. I don't know where it's at, man. I can't find it nowhere. 3-point defense shot power. It ain't in my pocket. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, I can't find it. What's good, my man? Salute to you, my brother. What's popping, my brother?
Peace to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it. Good one, Divine.
Right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, what's good, everybody in the chat, man? Salute to everybody. Thank y'all for coming in on the pregame show. We in here, man. Divine, Shot Power, Nixon, like I said, in Philadelphia, try to get the game, the last game before the All-Star break. Going in and try to get this thing popping. Before I go any further, we shout out my peoples, man. Queen Darlene, what is good, sister? Crim's dad, what's good? I see you. Jermaine Royce, my brother, what's popping? Fabian, what is good, my man? AP all day. What's good, AP? Nick Yak, Travel Vibes. What's good, my man? Prezi the boss, of course, is in the building. Mr. White, what's good? Mr. White Walters in the building as well, man. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, last night, New York Knicks defense went MIA from the three-point line. I don't know where they left it at. I checked my pocket. It ain't in there. So I don't know what to say, but they didn't have a good game last night. One night where you think they should be the 15-25 team. Obviously, they didn't bring their A game like me and Sean Powers always say. You don't bring your A game, you get your, beat by anybody. I don't care who it is. And last night, and what's the most disappointing thing about last night is this the team that beat us the last 2 times in the playoffs. So I was very disappointed in the effort last night, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's just another game on a doctrine, but I was still disappointed because that's a game that we should have won. I'd rather lost this game against Philly, who's a better team and higher in the standings, and lose to a team that's the last in the Eastern Conference. On top of that, if we would have lost, we should have lost in regulation. Why let it go to 2 overtimes? You know what I mean? We're gonna lose anyway. Should have lost in regulation, knowing that you had a game tonight. We lost in double overtime, wasted all that energy and still lost. So I was disappointed with that, man. Other than that, man, it is what it is. That was one of the games that I just really wasn't happy about, Shot Power. But you know what? We live to fight another day. We go down here in Philly and try to get a pop, man. Give me some thoughts right quick on the game last night, man, then we can move on to the next one.
It was funny. I just watched the game. I was like, what is this, man? What is this? And I mean, it was funny. And it was how the Knicks still had a chance Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow. You know what I mean? So, yeah, did it go longer than it should have? Knowing that they have a game tonight, that's probably more important, even though I think Philly is like 3 games behind us, 2.5, 3 games, something like that, 3.5 games, something like that behind us. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, losing to a team like that, they was coming to play the Knicks and they showed, you know what I mean? And they played us hard. They just did everything. They driving down the hole, shooting the best. They probably shot the best last night against us ever that they ever played us with half the team that wasn't even there. So yeah, it was disappointing. And it was still funny at the same time because the Knicks still had a dang chance. So, it's on to the next. You know what I mean? It was a rough loss, man. This is not a team that I was particular thinking that the Knicks were going to lose to. But overall, if you don't bring your A game, you know what it is.
Yep, yeah. You're right, man. Like I said, anybody can beat anybody, man. And Preview, you're 100% right about that. It's just the fact that it was Indiana in a Garden. That's all I'm saying. We could lose at any team, any given night. Anybody can get beat, but just from a Fry standpoint, man, that was in Madison Square Garden, and knowing that we was going on a back-to-back, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We still know our Knicks gonna do what they gonna do. We no doubt about it. And ain't no excuses. We just lost. We our defense didn't come to play. And that just goes to show you. And believe it or not, 3 of our top defenders are literally not playing. And that's not an excuse, but that don't make it no easier for our team to defend when you don't got Mitchell Robinson, you don't have Anunoby, and you don't got Deuce and Bride. Them are the top 3 defenders on our team, and none of them played. So you can see why that score went the other way it went too. Because obviously, I don't think Siakam he might have got his buckets to me, but it might have been a little harder with OG. Not saying he wouldn't have got it. I seen him get it on OG too, but it's a hard get. I do believe that. Maybe Nembhard would have had a little harder with Deuce and Bride there, and maybe Jay Huff or whoever was the center spot, and the guy Jackson, they was running them up. But we put in the effort, but the effort to me, I don't think that effort had picked up until the overtime. I thought from the first to the fourth quarter we was not playing good defense, was stagnant. Jalen Brunson tried to keep us in the game a couple of times. He missed some clutch shots. That happens. He the closer. He ain't one of the best closers in the league for a reason. But I would like to see him maybe say, you know what, for one time, I would like to try to let one of these other guys get it because, and I'm not saying, and when you ask me, I'd rather Jalen Brunson shoot the ball at any time more than a lot of people. But in that sense, maybe, just to defer to somebody for a minute to see if they could have knocked it down. Shamman had a chance to win the game. His didn't go down. But then they hit someone that kept us in the game. So, it was no moral victories. But like I said, I would have lost in regulation, though. Because now we're going to go out there tonight with tired legs. And got to play a team that's pretty much 6th in the standards and got a good team down there. So it is what it is. Other than that, no big deal. It's just another game on the doctrine. We win and lose. We ain't going to win them all. But damn, I wanted that one, though. I get tired of seeing Tyrese Halliburton on the sideline laughing and shit. I know.
That's the fandom. That's what I didn't like. I did not like that. I did not like see them in Madison Square Garden acting like that. You know what I mean? So that's whatever. That was what I didn't like about the game. But overall, we had a chance to still win. And we should have won. You know what I mean? We should have. I mean, there's a couple of things that they could have done. You know what I mean? And one thing that I noticed that they did a lot last night is going north and south. They was just running all the way up to the rim, like no stopping, nothing, so something the Knicks need to look into, you know what I mean, with these buyout guys that we're talking about and stuff like that. But that's another subject at another time.
Yeah, real talk. It was salute to my man Dave Haas. What's good, Dave Haas? Darren, my man, what is popping? APAP, I already hollered my man, and Brian Acosta, as always, thank you for the super chat. Right. And thank you to everybody for Walter White, thank you the other day for the super chat. I normally try to get y'all names in before we go off the air. But Walter White, thank you for the super chat the other night. AP, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all supporting the show so much. We can't say that enough, man. So thank you. But yeah, man, it's just one of them things. Rodriguez has stepped in the building. Rodriguez just entered the chat. What's up, DeVal? What's popping, my man? Yeah, Shop Power. It just was disappointing. That's all. It is what it is, ladies. It just was disappointing. That's all it is. Disappointing from a fan perspective. It was disappointing. I just like I said, I get tired of seeing them cats celebrate on the damn court all the time. I'm like, y'all cats, like, listen, that's enough of that. So hopefully tonight, we can go down to Philly, get a win, get back to a win, and get a win back. and I think we will, but it's gonna be hard though. I don't know who's gonna be in or not, but we definitely got to be better in what we missing because, like I said, without no Mitchell Robinson, no Anunoby, no Deuce Bryan, ladies and gentlemen, your defense takes a big hit. And on top of that, Anunoby, but at the same time, like I said, Tyrese Halliburton ain't playing, Obi Toppin ain't playing. It wasn't really about who was in or who was out because I don't care if all them dudes would have played. But you can't go out there and do what you did last night, though. That's unacceptable to me when you got championship aspirations and you so tight in the standing. I want the Knicks to win the division. We hadn't won the division in how many years? Can't even remember.
Right.
And that's why all these wins matter to me. Not that we can't lose to anybody. Like I said, the Knicks can beat they could beat anybody, but they could lose. I mean, they could beat everybody, but they could lose to anybody. Last night was one of the prime examples. We could beat anybody, but we lost to anybody last night, and that was them dudes. And I just know that we fight for that division with Boston. So I just want these games to matter because I know how tight it's going to be. And let's say hypothetically, which I think going to happen, let's say Jason Tatum come back, and we right there 1 or 2 games fighting against these dudes, and now they get Jason Tatum back. And and they stronger, So and like I said, the game we beat Boston the other night, let's not get it twisted. And them dudes missed a lot of shots too. I think we had a lot to do with that, but they still missed a lot of shots. You know what the difference was last night and the other night before against Boston? Boston missed shots. Indiana made them. Indiana made their shots last night. The other night in Boston, they missed shots, and that's a difference of making a mislead. That's why we call it making mislead because you miss. That's what happened in Boston. You make. That's what happened last night against Indiana. So we just got to try to be better, and our defense got to go out them dudes, man. You got to get up on these dudes' face and everything, like I said. So it is what it is, man. But I don't want to harp on that too long because, but we do want to talk about it because, it did happen. But we get back and get at it. Let's see what happened today. I believe in our team. We can go down. We bounced back pretty well. Let's see if we can respond tonight, but we got to be better at that 3-point line because if not, that same thing can happen. Right. And they're not really a great 3-point shooter. They don't shoot better than us. We third in the league, 3-point shooting. But we know I guarantee we ain't the top of the echelon and stopping 3-point shots. So we know we got to be better at that, man. Yo, peace to the guard, a lot wide. What's good, my man? Peace, my air life right there. A Metnick fan, let's go. What's popping, my man? For real. But shout out. Other than that, man, let's go in here in Philly. The brotherly love tonight, man. See if we can get a win tonight, man. We really need. I would love to get this win going into the All-Star break. Nothing like going on the positive note because they do got a whole week off to recalibrate. Let me say that recalibrate their mental, their physicals, and get ready to get back at this thing in Detroit against Detroit. Excuse me, on Thursday the 19th.
Yeah, it is. We got some reinforcements coming back. We need some big up and see who's in and out on both sides of the team. But Anunoby is a big loss, and the way I hear it, this thing could be with Anunoby from 2 more weeks. He already been out a week, so 3 weeks up until 8 weeks.
Really?
Huh?
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, it could if it's the worst part of it. If it's the worst part of it, if it's the latter part, he already been out about a week, so 2 more weeks. So this week coming up, plus the All-Star break, he could be back, hopefully around right after the All-Star break, or right around that time, a game or so after that. But if it's the latter, the worst part, it could be up to 8 weeks. I've seen this on two or three places. One was the Stein, but a couple of places too. So not to plug nobody or nothing like that, but yeah. So they said that, and if it's the latter, this evasion or whatever how they have evasions or whatever. If it's the latter part of the thing growing back, it could be up until. So let's see what happens with him. I hope it's not the latter. I hope that he can be back sooner. And at least we'll have Mitch back tonight. So right now, Deuce is out for the rest of the season, and hopefully OG can be back. But I'm hoping it's the minimal, not the maximum.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I really appreciate that, man, because I didn't really understand how long. I thought he just was like a day-to-day thing. I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah, it's that the new word that they put into that evacious. Right. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but the stuff that I've seen, if it's the latter, he could be back. He already been out a week, so 2 more weeks would put him. So it's 3 weeks could be if it's the latter, but if it's the more major, it's going to be more and more and more. It could go up to 8 weeks, almost 2 months. That's major.
Hey, let me ask you a question real quick. With that being said, do you think they should tap into the buyout market a little earlier or wait till March 1st? What's your thought? If you know Anunoby and McBride are going to be out for an extended period of time, do you think they should look to tap into the buyout market or wait till the buyout market becomes available, see who's available compared to what's already out there, or they want to wait to see who comes available?
Right. That's exactly what I believe, because if it was somebody that's out there now, they would have probably already got them. If there's some more people coming out March 1st, I think, it's a couple of bigger names, or not bigger names, but some guys that they may be looking for, something like that. So we'll see what happens. I think I've seen a couple of guys. I think Bagley they're looking at now. I think the guy from New Orleans, I forgot his name. Haysmith, not Haysmith. I forgot his name. And the guy that used to play with OG.
Boucher.
Boucher too. They looking at Boucher too. I mean, it all depends on what the need is right now. I think they're going to look more for a guy that can play multiple positions. Maybe he could play a little bit of two, but really he's a three. But or he's a quasi 3-4. He's 6'8". He could play the 3 to 4. He might even get spot minute him with the 5 for 2 or 3 minutes till you get somebody in there, depending on who the lineup is with him. I think that's the type of guy they may be looking for. At least that's what a lot of things I've seen. So there's a couple of names out there. Let's see what happens. I think if we'll see by, it's already I don't think they're going to drop something tonight. Tonight's like the last game of the season. Because of the All-Star break. It's only 28 games left, I think, right? It's 50. We had 50, 53, 54 games, right? 54 games. So it's only 20 to 54, 28 games left, right?
28, that's right.
So if we want to be a 51 team, we got to win about another 15 games. 28 games, we win 15. That's 15 to 13. We over 500. Do we want to do that? So let's see what let's see what the Knicks going to do. It's a big thing right now. I hope they make a move, but it might be right after the All-Star. Maybe they're pushing for that March 1st. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, real quick. But Dave Howe said that the San Antonio Spurs waived Shohan. They waived him.
Yeah, today.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, he's a free agent now or something like that.
Yeah. Between Shohan and Boucher, I'll definitely take one of them two. I like Shohan's side. I like his side. I like his defense. I think he got an Anunoby's kind of type body, type game, but he's not Anunoby, nowhere near that. But I think he got that type of game that complements Anunoby. Don't get me wrong, the Warriors, ladies and gentlemen. He still got to do what he do now. We want the Warrior to be in the mix, but right now until Anunoby kind of get back, if they was able to get Shohan and Dave Haas, I would not have no problem with that. For real, Walter White and everybody. Ron Mills, what's good, Ron? Good to see my man Ron Mills in the building. Ron, what's popping, my bro? Yeah, man, that's what's up right there, man. That's all we really missing. Like I said, we don't know what the extent of these injuries going to be, and until then, we definitely we needed some more defenders out there. Just to help out a little bit because like I said, we could score the ball with the best of them. That showed last night. I knew this game was going south when we gave up 100 over 100 points, and I like this about to go the wrong way. Because normally when the Knicks give up a whole 120, it does not bode well for them. Yeah, hey Ron, you know what? I don't know. That's a good question. But so in other words, he was a buyout, so you really can't get him, right? You might be right, Ron. Maybe that's what it is. Chop Powers, if he got waived. Is that a contract thing? When you pick him up, you got to pick up his whole contract, right? The remaining of his contract for this year. In other words, because you already paid half of the season.
It is. I don't want to put it out wrong. So if Shohan is available now, he got bought out. Of what his contract was. So I believe whatever his contract was, we would have to pay a percentage of it. So if he was at $3 million and they bought him at $2.7 million, then half of $2.7 million is 700 million or something like that. They would have to pay something like that, almost $1 million or something like that.
700,000.
Huh?
700,000.
What I said? Not million, thousands. Yeah, 700,000. Yeah.
Knicks fan, so it's 14 million. That was his contract. We can't get anyone. Right, you're right. I agree with you on that.
Right.
We can't get nobody over making over 14. But his contract wasn't there. It wasn't 14. Was it? I don't think Shohan was good. He was on a rookie deal, right?
I'm not exactly sure, but he is available. He'll probably be able to look for somebody that he wants to go to because he probably has people already looking for him. I think he was one of those numbers going down the line when people were looking at him because his money was under the amount of money that the Knicks could get. So I'm not sure if it was the 14 million or so, but I know his name was mentioned on a lot of places about Knicks looking to get him, and he was available for the money. You know what I mean? If he got bought out. So yeah.
Yeah, appreciate the chat. Thank you, Nick McNair for this goal. Thank you, Nick Nation, my brother. Appreciate that. 41. I knew that was a situation. You can't get nobody over 14.1. I just didn't realize how much of the money, how much can they bring him in for with the cap situation that we have. So obviously, I know we had like a 1 point something million now compared to when after the Yabatelli trade we saved we got back almost $1 million. So if we can get him, man, he's just another guy that's been around a good organization. Brought in here when Pop was still coaching, coaching under a man over there now. I think it's Anderson's name. I think it's Anderson is the coach there. So he was on his rookie deal, and that's the reason why I think they let him go because they wasn't going to pay him. Not when they got to give Stephen Castle money. They got De'Aaron Fox. Wembanyama about to break the bank eventually. So I can understand why they let him go. They just had to. Like I said, with this CBA thing, you're always going to lose a player that you like or that's going to be valuable to your team because it's going to happen to us eventually. We might have to go that route with one of our players because if we don't want to go over the second April. Let me put it like that. That's what's up. Then I just was curious about that because that's a good look. I like Shohan. I always liked that. I wanted the Knicks to draft him. Actually, I think me and Shai Powell was big on him.
I liked his defense, especially in the Tom Thibodeau system. But this system is different than Tom Thibodeau's system. This defense. I mean, this is a more offensive New York Knicks team. One of the most offensive New York Knicks team that I've seen aside from last year. But this team defense is not top 5 like it used to be under Tom Thibodeau. But we're still almost top 10. So. But this is a prolific offensive team now. This team can score the basketball. Number one, top 3 in 3-point shooting and, scoring the basketball and stuff like that. So we can put the ball in the basket, but the defense, some games like we talked about last night, still looking for that defense. Nah, I ain't see it.
Right. I find it, man. I looked under the table. It ain't there. But D. Ross, what's good, my man? Good to see you as well. Rod Du, what's popping? Nick Nation, what's popping? So to all my people in the chat, man, make sure you hit that subscribe for your brothers, man. We open up the panel pretty soon. As a matter of fact, I know you got to post that and everything like that. I don't got no information out there. But real quick, ladies and gentlemen, what I did forget to put up there, we just kind of having some good conversation right now, so I apologize for that. Knicks from Philadelphia streaming on ESPN, Fubo, Sling TV, on MSG Plus, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes, ladies and gentlemen. So for all those who can get them some channels you can stream or watch the game on, or all those who might need to know where it's being broadcast at tonight. But other than that, man, like I said, I'm really looking forward to these cats getting out here doing the damn thing tonight. Rebound, bounce back, try to get a win to go into the All-Star break. Because I was very disappointed in that loss last night. Like I said, you can lose to anybody, ladies and gentlemen. We could beat anybody. We could lose. We could beat everybody. Excuse me, like I always say, but you could lose to anybody. And last night was that we lost to anybody. We lost to a bottom feeding team. They might not be bottom feeding in talent, but they bottom feed them in the Eastern Conference at the time. So, our defense didn't come to the forefront last night. That's what happened when you don't bring your A game like me and Shai Powell say it enough. You don't bring your A game and get your butt kicking. That's just what happened. Other than that, man, I just want to win because I know what we're trying to do, and I want every win. If Knicks win, go 82-0, I'm trying to.
Devon, I'm going to go out and come back in.
Okay. But yeah, man, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it was tough.
Oh, wait, Nate.
You here? I hear you. You can't hear me?
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I was buffering.
Okay. Yeah, but I see. But yeah, man, it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. We got a rebound tonight. How we gonna do that? Here's a quick note. We understand Paul George obviously is out 25 game PED situation. We'll put up the stats in a few minutes after we will. So we just gotta go out there and rebound tonight. Rebound from the tough loss last night. I just disappointed we had to go do 2 overtimes to do it, ladies. If you're gonna lose, you ain't gotta do it like that. Just get on out there and get on that damn train or get on down to Philly. But you know what? It happened, and we lived to talk about it tonight. I'm looking for a whole different thing tonight, man. No Anunoby tonight. Mitchell Robinson will be in the building tonight. That's good because we you can see without that interior defense, ladies and gentlemen, them cats were walking down the alley last night. I ain't gonna front. Normally, Big Cat be digging in the alley and digging in their trash, but they were digging in his alley last night, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't blocking nothing down there last night. We know we got to get Mitchell Robinson in there, man. Because like I said, that defense is tough, man. We don't got no shot blocking. I was telling Sharp Howell in the background. That's why I want guys like Boucher because he can block a couple of shots to change them. A block shot literally can change the momentum of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Just a stop, you know what I mean? We wasn't getting I didn't see no steals last night. I didn't see nobody in the passing lanes last night. I didn't see nobody trying to block no shots. Mikal maybe here and there, but other than that, that's how important Anunoby is. That's how important Mitchell Robinson is. That's how important Deuce McBride is. Because them cats, that's one thing they're going to give you down there every night, at least to the best of their ability. They're going to play some defense, and we just didn't have it last night. So, we just got to be better tonight, man, because this team we got tonight, Maxi's a workload, ladies and gentlemen. VJ Edcob is a workload. You know what I mean? Barlow is underrated. We know what MB been doing this year. He's been playing a hell of a basketball, so we got to be on our 8. Oubre, he defends with the best of them. He can knock down. He's a streaky shooter when he on from that corner. So we got to be ready for it tonight, man. And I think we will. I think we go out there tonight and just respond. Just do what the Knicks always been doing. Sharp Howard. They got to respond and bounce back and try to get a win. And that's what it really boiled down to for me. You there, Sha? You might have to go back out. Well, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. He coming back in. But yeah, man, he was making $7 million this year. Okay, so I don't know if they can get him. Let me shoot some people that walked in the building with Johnny D. What's good, my man? Appreciate you, Johnny D. For real. What's good, Johnny D, my man? Mr. Danny Lands. What's good, Lands? What's popping, Danny? Good to see you, my dude. Salute everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for coming on the show always. What's good? But I tell you what, though, man, tonight we got to win this thing tonight, man. I just want to win. I like to win, and winning makes you happy, and then winning don't make you happy. It makes you miserable. I ain't miserable. I was disappointed because we had a good show yesterday. We have a good show all the time for no concern. But we had a great show yesterday. The Alvarado effect. The Dewara had the effect on Boston. Like I said, a different Boston made shots. No, Boston missed shots. Indiana made shots. There you go, right there. Bottom line, Boston missed them. Indiana made them. And so that could have happened. That could have happened in Boston too. I thought our defense played much better, even though Boston missed a shot. I think a lot of shots they missed, we forced them into them shots. And I think that was the difference to me in a Boston game. In this game, we forced them into some of them shots. But last night they just was like, okay, y'all let these cats just throw this shit up from anywhere. And then Boston, their interior presence wasn't like the interior presence last night because Jay Huff and them cats was in just going getting buckets at the 2-point area like it wasn't nothing. And then Nemhard, and Aaron Neesmith and that dude Jackson was just running amok. I'm like, come on. He acted like he was like all-star material. So that's go to show you, man. If you don't bring your A game, you get your butt whipped. And we didn't bring it. So let's get it tonight, man. But it's gonna be different tonight. It's gonna be a harder task to me from a talent perspective. No disrespect, but Siakam had it going last night too. They couldn't do no with him. And we had a chance to win the game from the offense standpoint. We missed a couple of 3-point shots. Jalen Brunson missed a couple of buckets here and there. Rightfully so. He made the time he wanted to get us, which would have been a 4-point play, ladies and gentlemen. That was a 4-point play. And I do think that Jalen Brunson should have got that call, and maybe that could have ended it right there. You know what I mean? That could have been over. So who knows? We live to fight another day. But other than that, let's get this thing tonight. I'm going to put the injury report and everything out there, starting lineups and everything, and then we get back at it. I'll open up the panel, and we get in here and get it popping. Don't go nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back, man. Divine, Shop Power, the chat, Knicks, Philadelphia, the city buddy love. Let's go show them we ain't showing no love tonight, man. We're going out here to get it, and that's what we're going to do, man. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Go out there and get it popping tonight, man. Get these cats up out of there. I think that's what we need to do tonight is just to really go out there and get them up out of here. And then we'd be okay, man. So I'm really looking forward to this one, my man. Real talk. Salute to my man Ron in the building. Cam from the Kickback. Ron, what's good, my man? Salute to you as well. Cam, my brother, from the Kickback. That's where it's at. What's good? Let me go over the injury report and start a line, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with the show, man. For real, we'll be right back. Yeah, real talk, man. We back in the building, man. Divine Shot Power. There you go, man. You look at the numbers right quick. You see what we beat them cats in a lot of categories as well. But like I said last night, we beat them in a lot of categories, but the category don't matter if you don't bring your A game that night, and it didn't. Before I go any further, Ron, no question about it. I see you Saturday, my brother. I'll get with you on that. I'll definitely pop in there, man, for real. And DJD, I absolutely with this week, this All-Star break. We had the website up there. You can order it. Johnny Davis. It's just been so crazy, man. My time and with everything going on in the world and my life and everything. I seem like I just don't have a time. It ain't 48 hours in a day for me. It's only 24. And I seem like I need more than that. But Johnny D, with a week off with the Knicks, I haven't have enough time. Me and Shaw Powers to get the website. It's already up and everything. I just got to get it out there. It's been mad busy, man. So I don't want to make no excuses. But I will get it, Johnny D, and you definitely go get the drip. And I appreciate you supporting the show and real talk, man. But I definitely have it out there. You can go in there and shop and all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody's patience with that, man. Like I said, you know how I go, man. Sometimes life just throws so many things in your direction, just trying to bob and weave and all that. No excuses, but we will get it out there, Johnny. Thank you for that, man. But real quick, ladies and gentlemen, look at them numbers. I got to get Shop Powers in there. Damn, my bad. I apologize, man. I can't do that. Hold up. Let me get SP in here. SP and Nick Nation. Y'all guys in here, but let me go over this stat line right quick until we get back at the show. Real quick, but salute to you guys, man. Shop Power, sorry about that, my brother, and Nick Nation as well. But real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all look at the numbers, 34 and 20, 30 and 23. New York Knicks is right there, third in the it was second last night. Obviously, they fell one behind Boston. 76 and 30 and 23, 6 in the Eastern Conference. We 12 and 13. We can never get that. I hope we can get that 500 finally on the road. I'd love to see them get over that. But they 15 and 13 at home. If you look at the numbers, you know, we third scoring, they 12 scoring. Our defense is better than theirs right now. But it don't mean nothing because our numbers was way better than Indiana's last night. That shit don't mean nothing when it comes to the game that night. It all depends on how you play that night. And I think that's what happened last night. But anyway, you know, we fifth in net rating, they 15th. But they got some talented people over there. Like I said, Edgecombe and Max, that's a tough backcourt to deal with. But Edgecombe and Maxey back there. Obviously, you got Oubre playing that small forward now, solid defender. Casey knocked out that, get streaky with that three-point ball. And obviously, Barlow's an underrated dude as well. Them guys was game time to didn't enjoy him beating him playing out of his mind so far this year. But I don't think the Knicks going to be able to hold up for him. They're going to reevaluate him after the All-Star the weekend and see All-Star week. And see how the rest of his season gonna go. But for us, we got to go out there and get him tonight. Shop Powell and the Nick Nation. So it's gonna be a tough game, man. You know, these guys are talented. You know, but them guys talented last night too. We had no answer for Siakam. Nemhard doing what he want to do. These cats going out there bully balling when we supposed to be the bullying. They bullying and shooting threes all over the place. But we don't want to record for that same thing to happen tonight. So, but anyway, if you look at them numbers, it tells me that we should be able to deal with them guys because our offense is better than theirs, and even our defense playing right now better than except for last night and everything. But other than that, man, it's just another game on the doctor. But my brother, what's good? Nick Nation, what's poppin'?
What's the deal, brother? Good to see y'all again. You know what I mean?
Thanks for coming in, my man.
Always, brother. Tough night last night, man. I mean,
disappointed. And listen. I told Shop how I'm looking in my pocket. I'm looking under my desk. I still don't see the 3-point defense. I can't find it. I cannot find that.
It ain't there.
Oh,
and you know what the funny part about that last night was the defense did do some of the principles of what they, asked to, what he's asking them to do. Because he's asking them to push a lot of times, to push them out the center and to push them to the baseline. Mm-hmm. Those cats just hit shots. I tell you that. Like, bang, bang. I was like, even in the practice, you go, I got to miss. Not last night. It's like those cats, when they see orange and blue, when they see us, they put the S on their chest, cat.
Right.
What's going on? Who's this cat? Why is he? It was too much, bro. That was a very frustrating night. But it just shows us that it does take a little bit more effort to, when that ball starts swinging, is to have the knowledge of where their principles are, where it's going, and get there. And we couldn't get there. And them shots were wide open. So that part was like, And I think last night too, he should have anticipated that as a coach. You know what I mean? Because you already know it. This kid is getting his first time to play in Madison Square Garden. His heart rate was probably off the scale. You got to think about that because if you know what I mean, just like us, You put me down on that court, I'm like, oh, we about to do it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? But the real deal is that your heart is pounding. It's like a Super Bowl for him. You know what I mean? And we know from the first what's name. And I thought this thing with Alvarado, that was a little too much. I think I said this about on a Queen show here is that, hey, we want chemistry, but then we throw chemistry right out the window because last night, Kolek should have played in some of that game, my opinion, that you just can't, you know, you've been doing it this way. What are we in 50-something games now? So you've been doing this for 40-something games. Then all of a sudden you take this kid and say, here, no, we're not doing that now. The other players are used to him. You know what I mean? Cat is used to him. Bridges is used to him. You know what I mean? The way that he sets these guys up with passes, throwing these passes forward, throwing these guys open. And then all of a sudden you slip that out. Not that he's the biggest world beater, but you say you want to build chemistry, but then you throw chemistry out the window. That's a tough thing to do. You know what I mean? So it was little things like that, despite Brunson. And if you didn't look at the game, you would look at Cat's numbers and Brunson numbers and be like, oh, yeah. But I thought they both had bad games. You know what I mean? I thought they both had their issues and what's names. And because, you know, once we divert back into that Tibbs kind of thing, it's like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? You know what I mean? So we still want, you know, and I think it's those times is where those guys lack discipline to, you know, to make sure that, hey, you're totally buying into the system and you still got to push through that what's names. But what they're doing is diverting back, ISO ball, let's go at it. And, you know, and then a lot of times, you know, we love Brunson, but when you get in that ball with 5 seconds left, it's like, yo, that's like having, you know what I mean? The what's that back part of the wing is called? The back part of that little wing on the chicken. You know what I mean? On the chicken wing, you ain't that little tip. You like, that ain't enough for you to eat. You know what I mean? It's too, you know, these guys that, and then we don't have enough of guys of being aggressive. Our whole second unit was not aggressive enough. You know, I love not Diawara didn't what's name, you know. Like I said, I think last night I picked Hart as my guy. He came through, but you know what I mean? But crunch time, we needed other players to step up. Nobody seemed like they was in the what's name here. So tonight, let's just hopefully, you know what I mean? We gotta hang our hat on defense first, not offense first. You know what I mean?
Game at last night. I thought it was this. Yeah. And even with Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter and all that, and I don't want to say I don't want to call it a hero, but I get that he that guy. But as a couple of times in that fourth quarter and overtime, Jalen Brunson trust somebody else to hit that shot. Just one time for me, and I'm a Jalen Brunson dude. I don't, you know, but you know what? He got to get held accountable too. But it was a couple of times I'm like, listen, you don't miss 2 shots in a row. I know you. Don't get me wrong. He made the one in the second half, but you know you got to trust another guy sometime. You know, but you know, Shaman had an opportunity to close the game out. He missed it. They made shots. We missed shot. What did they miss a make lead? Boston missed shot. Indiana made them.
Made them exactly.
Yeah.
100.
Miss a make lead.
Yep. I think it was 14 seconds where the ones that you were talking about, and he took that shot. He really shouldn't have took that shot because Cat was over there wide open. I mean, wide open. Yep. So he's, you know, those two, they need to, I don't know what it is. They gotta get on the same page. Mm-hmm. This, you know, what's name that this not really, you know, I get the breaking them apart, you know, and things like that, but to keep, you know, a good offensive player out there, but in the beginning moments, the end moments, they gotta find a way to work together, particularly in the fourth quarter. You can't go into the playoffs where things get tight and those two not on the same page. Something has got to give. They got to get on the same page. Yeah, Mike's got to figure that out.
Yeah, you know what? And with all that being said, Shaw Powell, he hit on us. Nick had a lot of great points too. With all that being said, you know what? Like the game, I don't have a problem losing the game. I just have a problem losing in double overtime. Why you didn't lose the game in regulation? Because you know you had a back-to-back. I don't care if the Knicks lost the game. I'm frustrated that Shaw Powell, like we talked about earlier, out of all teams that you lose to in a game like that, it's Indiana. The team that beat you twice in the last 2 playoffs, who be on the sidelines laughing and giggling. That should like it's like somebody coming to my house, disrespecting my house rule. No, you don't come up in Divine State house acting a fool. We ain't having that. You know what I mean? You respect the four walls up in here. That's what I felt about last night. It's not so much a law. It's Indiana, the team that beat you twice in the last 2 years. They come in there, just smiling.
Yeah. Rick Carlisle, baby, he's got our number. And
Right.
I want it back. I want the number back. Whoever gave it to him, go get that back, please.
Facts. What's your thoughts on that, pal? We're gonna pause that and then talk about the game tonight, my man.
Yeah, I mean,
No, you here? Go ahead.
It's just about basketball for me, man. Back to that defense, and that's what it's always been about. You know what I mean? Last couple of games that we've been winning, it's been about defense, keeping teams under 100 points, 88s and 60 this, and they beat teams by 50. It's about defense, and we have to get back to it tonight. Luckily, we do get a little help with Mitchell Robinson because last night like I said, in that game, Indiana, like they just said, see that orange and blue, they're like the bull. So hopefully we can deter a little bit with a little help from Mitchell Robinson to stop so much of the driving aspect of the game last night, because I don't know what their field goal percentage was last night, but it sure must have been close to 50%, because these guys are driving down the lane intensely. So let's try to shore that up, because I think the interior defense helps us on the exterior defense. If we can control the teams from stop driving the basketball and limit them to shooting 3 points or shots other than driving to the hole, it helps us play defense better, because now they're not coming to the hole. They're not going north and south, and we could play them better on the wings. And I mean, that's how we eat a little bit, at least the last couple of games. So let's see if we can push them back out to doing that again. It's going to be a big right now with this thing with OG right now. Dewara, in my opinion, is going to get mucho minutes. He's going to get so many minutes right now. So let's see what he can do to shore himself up tonight, because he's starting tonight. OG out, I believe. In my opinion, I ain't seen it. I mean, I think he's starting tonight. So he's going to get major minutes, and let's see who can back him up now. This is going to be a time that they're going to think to move quicker to get somebody in here. Yes, but unless it's the person that they're looking for on March 1st, if that's what it is. So if they're going to make a move, they're going to make it. I mean, they're not going to do it now, but it'll be right after the break. But if not, they have a particular guy that's going to be available on March 1st, then we'll know right after the break, because if they knew about this toe injury. These Knicks is different. They knew about this toe thing, this aphasia, whatever the hell you want to call it. They knew about this as soon as it happened. They knew the timeline. They knew what it already boiled down to. So if they really wanted to make a move, I think they would already picked up the Bagleys or the Boucher. I think Boucher's already bought out now.
That's what you need. So
let's see what happens. You know what I mean? They're going to need to make – but this is the same thing that we talked about last night, Divine, about if we do get Boucher, whose minutes going to decrease a little bit, especially right now when they're going to need somebody. But maybe not, because OG will be out. Well, I don't know. Now, I don't even want to jumble it up in my head. I'm starting to think too much. I'm sorry. Good game tonight. I think defense is the key. I think defense is the key.
Let me shout out some people in the chat who came in here. I didn't get a shout out. Agent Super Argo, my brother, what is good? Good to see you. Agent, what's good? Jay Chola was popping. B. Willis was popping. Salute to the chat. Latoria was good. Well, good to see you. Real talk. Salute to everybody in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, defense win championship, offense win games. Listen, even though but our best three defenders didn't even play last night, still no excuse you should have won the game. No Anunoby, no Mitchell Robinson, no Deuce and Bride. But let me tell you something. I'm going to keep it $150 up here. I love Alvarado, but he was getting cooked last night by McConnell, though. McConnell was cooking. I was like, that went to my big headliners on the thumbnail, too. I had McConnell and Alvarado at the leading thumbnail on the show last night. And, man, he was cooking, bro. And like I said, our whole defense sucked last night. But we got to get some shot blockers, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you get somebody who can alter a shot, even if you alter a shot, that's the difference.
Right, that's all we need. To stop that north and south. Not that north and south.
You gotta get somebody to also shot, to block a shot, to start a fast break, to change, because that thing can do a lot of things. You can get a block shot at the time of the game where it might change the whole momentum. Number one, you get on a fast break, they don't set their defense, and I just like, without Mitchell Robinson in there, man, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be tough if and I don't want, it's not a blame. I'm trying to point out something that's going to be a problem for the Knicks, because Cat is not a one-on-one defender, because he's not a shot blocker, and he gets in foul trouble with them elbows. He's putting us in a dilemma, because you asking his offense to make up for his defense, but his offense only can make up so much if he keeps fouling and getting in trouble. Like, we literally could have used him in overtime last night. With that being said, our defense got to come play, man. They just got to come play every night. You can't take our defense is number 11 right now, but that shit looks like it fell back to whatever a few minutes ago. So we just got to be consistent around the board on all these traits, man. Our defense should never take a night off, and they should stay in there. Let me show. I hate to break conversation, but nostalgia, what's good? Nostalgia, my man. Forgot to shout you, but I ain't forgetting nobody, because y'all my people. Without y'all, ain't no reason for me to do this. Nostalgic, my brother, what's popping? What's good? Good to see you, my man. I know I forgot somebody, because I seen it up in there. And anybody I forgot, I try not to forget y'all. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. For real. But yeah, man, Nick Nation, our defense always got to come like that. I can live with having an offense night, because you could have a bad offense night because the other team defense is better than you. Period. You know what I mean? I don't get how good with somebody can shut you down, but defense is about effort to me. You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, these cats were shooting shit like they were throwing it in the Hudson River. That shit was wide open. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So we just got to be more stay in tune to our defense principles. They played pretty good in the winning streak. Like I said, in Boston, we played better, but Boston did miss a lot of shots. We caught some of them shots. We made them miss because we took away their interior presence, because they really don't got none with Quota and the other guy that was there. So we kind of took that away from them. They was forced to shoot 3-point shots. But last night, it seemed like Siakam was getting it down there, Nembhard was going down there, J Huff was getting it down there, and it allowed them to also get it from out there. And that's why we gave up 130-some points. And even in regulation, I thought that was too much. So we just got to be better at it, man. And tonight, this team was different. They playing tonight. You know what I mean? And we got to go out there and make sure Embiid don't run them up. I don't know how we're gonna, navigate out. That's why I always like Knicks to get out to a league. I pass it to you. I like Knicks getting out to a league for this reason. If you get out to a league, then you could take Cat out of there without being a foul trouble and put Mitch in there. And then it kind of brings our defense back in the second unit to a little bit more tighter defense. But without Anunoby, you can see that team is different. His defense makes a difference. Him and Mitchell Robinson. Without them two dudes,
facts.
It's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough.
And I don't know why they do that to us. As far as the fans, I looked up last night because I saw it down there what OG is really out for. It's more than a swollen toe. I forgot the words, the term that they use, so I didn't know the word. So I looked it up. They removed his toenail. So when you remove a toenail, they remove either it was a portion or a full thing. But they kept calling it soreness. But then they put on there what it was, anvil, something like that. I can't even pronounce the word. But But then I looked it up. It means remove the toenail. I'm like, oh, he ain't coming back. It's a wrap. We ain't gonna see him. You know what I mean? Especially after tonight, that you're not seeing him till after the All-Star break here. So I thought that was weird that they do little stuff like that to us. But definitely without Mitch, that allowed them to control their pace. The Pacers to control their pace on offense, because when you don't have to sit two guys, two or three guys, they're sitting there to keep Mitch out from getting that rebound. Boop, scoop the ball, let's go. And that point allowed what's name control. Also, Alvarado, like we said, that was too much. McConnell cooked him, but McConnell cooked a lot of other cats too, though. So I ain't even gonna just put it.
Nah, it wasn't him.
He was smoking him, and I was like, "What in the world is going on?" So we know too, you know what I mean, and where he was getting his shots at, that's what we're supposed to be strong at on defense. So it was just a hot mess last night to counteract that. As far as tonight's game, same thing is. Let's see if they go with the same defensive principle that they went last time, and that's not allowing Maxey to beat us. So what they did last time, if you remember, they double, triple team Maxey. They would, blitz him. You know what I mean? And Maxey still will do the right thing. Sometimes he'll try to get around it, but more than likely he'll pass it out. Edgecombe didn't have a really good game last time. So, and I think that's the two real main sources that they have right now, because I think their big man is out. And as we know, the other cat, 25, what's their names? And then I tell you how the NBA was going to waffle. Only gave that cat 7 games. 7 games. I told y'all.
If I'd have known that, I'd have
7.
7 games, and he got malice with him.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not knocking him for doing all that stuff, but the other whatchamacallit got 7 games too. How much worse did he was because he threw the punch? It just anyway.
Exactly.
Let me shut up.
Yeah, it was weird. It's weird that he comes off the court, around the court, to come down into him. You know what I mean? So he had thought process to it. Right. So to me, I would say to you, like, no. Yeah. And he had multiple people. When I look back at it, multiple people were trying to stop him. He threw all of them off. So to me, I would have gave you even extra, because you already know, because these people are saying it to you that, hey, come on, man, you can get suspended, blah, blah, blah. He said, F that. This is what I'm doing.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think they did that? If they was a bottom feeding team, would you think they would have given more? They probably, because Detroit is literally, you know what I mean? They're like, look, we can't. If they don't win it, they gonna say the NBA cheated us out of our, because we suspended their guy for us.
Oh yeah, there's all kind of agendas. We have no clue. That, the NBA, what they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
Just
I want healthy when we play them anyway. I ain't give a fuck. I love when they go to the playoffs. I want Detroit Pistons to be fully healthy. I ain't trying to make no excuse. Nobody talking about the Knicks beat them because they had this dude. When we play them next time, or we play them in the playoffs, they come around again, I want them to be fully loaded. And I want us to be fully loaded. That way, when we beat them, they going to be like, and they won't say that, oh, Knicks only beat them because they didn't have this dude. But they never say that about when we ain't got dudes. When we miss a dude, oh, Knicks got beat. But nah, they don't say because we didn't have dudes. So when we play Detroit, any team in the NBA for that matter, I want them all to be healthy. Because I believe in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I want them at their best. So we knock them off at their best. They can't say nothing, Shot Powers. And that's why I'm glad they only gave them 7 games. That's all right. That's all right. So when we run up on them the next time, or we run up in the playoff, everybody right now think the Knicks can't beat Detroit. Just like they thought we couldn't beat Boston last year, going to beat us all 3 games in the regular season. Cleveland beat us all 3 games in the regular season. We can't beat them. Detroit beat us 3-1 in the regular season, and we sent all of them home last year. Let's do it again. So I ain't got no problem with it myself. You know what I mean? It's just a regular season, and it only matters when you get in that 16 game stretch, 4-4-4-4, and you get to the finals. That's all that matters to me. So I don't care. They suspend them over 1 game. But tell you what, I'm glad that when the playoffs come here, be here, and we go mano a mano with our team too. You know what I mean? It's crazy though, but you're right though. I thought it would be more because, like I said, it was the way it looked, and maybe, and I didn't want the guy suspended for 20. I was just looking at the way the league is kind of shaped up. But like I said, they also didn't want to lose that TV revenue. This money means something to them, man. And Detroit didn't want to say, okay, we lost first place, or we got kicked out the playoffs because you took our guys away from us. So now that ain't gonna happen. That's good, Shot Power. Let's go and get it tonight. We ain't worried about Detroit. We see them when we see them. But tonight,
I think if it had went into, like, somebody in the stands, somebody, you know what I mean? Otherwise, that's when you're gonna get hit with a lot, because if you have anything where they feel that you're threatening, the public or their audience around them, you definitely gonna catch it then.
I'm not trying to advocate for none of this. I thought at least it would have been 10 games just because of his history, and he came off the bench. That's my personal opinion. I mean, him coming off the bench and his aggression already, he done had already how many? I mean, not trying to point a finger at him, because his energy is on the inside, and when it gets anyway, I don't want to like psychoanalyze. I'm talking too much today. All right.
Yeah, boy, it's called Knicks Real Talk. Keep talking. I ain't got no problem.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hopefully too, like tonight too, man. Like I say, I think, because it's quiet as kept. If you watch a couple of these games, Kolick also calls out defensive assignments. Jose's just playing off of, pure.
The muscle, he don't have nothing running for him yet. You're right.
He don't understand, you know what I mean, where the help is coming from, what this is coming, you know what I mean, the assignments. where Kolick, on the other hand, is, arguably calling out these assignments at times. So they, you know what I mean? We need every little bit of help we can on defense.
Yep.
Yeah, you seen him the other day when he was in before we got Alvarado, pulled the team down. It was like, hey.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, he was calling cats out. Yes, and that's what a good point guard's supposed to do. Call you out.
Yeah,
he call you out.
He did the Kevin Hart on me. I seen him.
I do like something Alvarado said yesterday. Somebody asked him, are you gonna go participate in the All-Star Week? He said, nah, I need to stay in New York and learn the playbook. I need to stand. I respect brothers like that. He said, I'm not going to All-Star Weekend. I'm staying in New York. Alvarado said, I'm staying in New York, and I'm going to learn this playbook. I'm going to learn the system and all that. That's when you know you got a high character player. When he forget all that festivity shit. I need to be better for the New York Knicks. That's my
right for the long haul.
For the long haul.
I'm going to be getting minutes. He's going to be getting minutes.
He you know what? The only one need to go to All-Star Weekend is Big Cat, Jalen Brunson, and Allen Houston. Everybody needs to stay there in Tarrytown and get some practice because they're the ones participating in the festivity. But everybody else needs to stay there but in New York, get up in Tarrytown in that gym, work on your defense, work on your three-point shoot, work on the stuff that Mike Brown can't give you every day of the season because your games come one night after another. Now they got a whole week off, going in, dissect everything.
You only got 28 games.
Do everything and get ready to come back against Detroit on the 19th next week, because this is the last 28 games. The season go for fast. And we got a heavy schedule coming out of the break, going on the West Coast. So I think we just need to lock in, man. I think we need to lock in.
When we come back,
Ananobi should be back there. I want him to be back by then. I don't know how severe it is. Thanks for letting me know about the toe and everything. Sharp Power told me he was out for a while. I didn't even know it was like that. I thought he was out. They might have tweaked it or something, but anyway, maybe we get somebody at the trading deadline. Not trading deadline, man, at the buyout. I like Boucher because he's a shot block. He's a 3-point shooter. He could block some shots. And like I said, I think we need guys there to alter shots in the middle. Because when Mitchell Robinson is not there, nobody and Ananobi's not there, we don't got no guys in that middle who can alter shots. And even if you don't block, alter the damn shot. You know what I mean? And I didn't see none of that last night. I didn't see not one person last night. I can't say this enough. Other than Mikal, I think Josh Hart blocked somebody one time on the baseline from behind, but nobody was going after shots though. I'm like, y'all not even putting your hand up to make them. So that was a lack of effort around the whole team last night from a defense standpoint. Right? Thank you, Ramo. He said toenail removal takes a minute to recover. Yeah, and that's why I think we can get somebody now in a buyout market. Because think about it, if you get somebody at least of that caliber size, that even if you start Dewara, then the person coming in from Dewara could be that guy we got in the buyout market, 6'8", 6'9", or even if it's Boucher or Shohan, whoever the case may be. But we need another guy because Shaman can go back to his natural position, stay there. But we need another dude until Ananobi can get back to me in that power forward spot. And then until these guys get back. So, but anyway, tonight, it's going to be a tough one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go around the panel. I'll get and get mine out the way. This is going to be tough, man. We've had a back-to-back and went to 2 overtimes. That's not good. Energy standpoint, but I do got the Knicks fighting a tough one tonight. I'm gonna go 110 to 105 New York. Hopefully we pull this out. But it's gonna be tough, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite sure that everybody picking Philly to win in Philly with that team against the Knicks tonight. I would too if I wasn't a Knicks fan. You know what I mean? But I do believe in our guy, and I have seen them bounce back before. They get a good resilient team. It's going to be tough without Ananobi and them guys, but good thing Mitchell Robinson's back there to help with that interior defense. I guarantee you our defense will be a little better tonight. So I'm gonna go tonight 110. What I said 110 105. Yeah, 110 105. I think my man DeWar gonna have a bounce back game tonight, man. So let's see how they can go. Let's get it.
Control the pace, grab your rebounds, hit your free throws, shoot over 37% from the free throw line. Let's get those assists over 27. This is an interesting game tonight because we have some players that are going to the All-Star break and that I want to see perform tonight. Plain and simple. I'm not saying that they didn't perform last night, but their splits and their percentages were, a little higher than usual. Let's see if they can get back and bounce back tonight. I got the Knicks winning tonight. Also, I think Embiid is not playing tonight. I didn't see anything yet,
He's
I
out.
ain't even checking my phone again.
He's-
So I think he's out for the night. So let's see if we can take, if you want to call it, take advantage of it tonight. The main two guys you got to watch out for, Edgecombe and whatchamacallit, but I think the Knicks can contest these two guys, and hopefully they do the same thing. Well, can't say they can do the same thing to Edgecombe as they did the last time, because if I'm not mistaken, OG was holding Edgecombe a little bit, or Mikal was holding him and Maxey was being held by OG. Whatever it is, let's see what we can do tonight. I got the Knicks winning also, and I think they're going to get back to the defense tonight. 117 to 108. 117, 108. And my play of the game tonight, I'm going to put it back on Alvarado tonight, because I just think for having a bad night last night, I think he wants to get back at it tonight. Like you said, Divine, reading the playbook, I think he wants to really get in depth in this thing, and he knows that he's going to get some minutes. So I think tonight he's going to show up again. 117, 117, 108. 117, 108. New York Knicks. Let's get it.
My man, Mr. Nick Nation closes out, bro.
Sure thing, brother. I'm gonna say 118, 109. I'm gonna Price is Right as well. You know what I'm saying? I like to do Price is Right too. But and then my play of the game, I'm gonna go with my man, the anomaly, Mitchie No Snitchy. I'm gonna think he's gonna rock out with us, the block monster. You know what I mean? I think he'll block some shots, get some, get a lot of offensive rebounds, quite a few putbacks for us on that team, especially with no Embiid and things like that. So, and he got a little proper rest. So I'm going with my man Mitchie No Snitchy.
That makes a lot of sense, my brother. You dead on about that. So y'all feel like even despite the 2 overtimes, our offense got enough energy to get you 118 tonight. I'm staying in that flow despite the 2 overtimes.
Next man up mentality. Okay. Next man up. We've been doing it all year, so maybe
Brunson took all the shots.
Yeah, right.
Everybody else should be good. Everybody else should be good. Everybody
else should be good. Tonight. I'm really hoping Dewar really blossoms tonight.
He took what, 2 shots? He took 2 shots? Did he take 2 shots last night?
Yeah,
2, right?
He hit one up. He missed about 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think he hit it. Yeah, right. He did hit 3, right?
I thought he was 1 or 2. I thought he was 1 or 2.
Ricky, he's still a rookie. He's still 20 years old. You know what I mean?
Right. But listen, man, no matter what happens, we just hope the Knicks win tonight, man. Because we'd love to get a victory just to go into the All-Star break. I mean, we good. We third in the Eastern Conference, ladies and gentlemen. Despite all the peaks of value, we still fighting for that supremacy, man. So I'm glad we're not 6. I'm glad we're not where the 6 is at. I'm not glad we ain't in the play-in. But we also expect this because this team was built to be here. So I'm not giving them I'm not making Knicks like they both to be. No, you're supposed to be there. Shit, you're supposed to be more than that. You know what I mean? So I ain't like I'm just saying like Knicks is no, you're supposed to be there. So that's why I'm glad they are where they're supposed to be at, despite all this ups and downs, peaks and valleys.
I don't think I'm gonna say this before we get. I don't think no team in the East gets 60 wins this year.
Nah, I don't think so. Either.
I don't think no team. What they do? Detroit got 49. What is it? 49, 49.
They got about. I'll tell you right now where they at. Right quick, I'll give y'all some standards.
Yeah,
Detroit. They are
39. Right?
Yeah, they lost 13. They close. You got to lose 22, so they got to lose like 9 more games.
Possible. Out of 27, yeah, I think they can lose now.
Nah, they had. Matter of fact, they are literally got 30 games left because they 39 and 13. They play tonight, so that's 52 games. So they got 30 games left. They got to go 21 and 9 to be at 60 wins. Possible.
That's possible.
But they do got a tough schedule color too. But they've been playing some hell of basketball. So if they do it,
that's possible.
I just want the Knicks to win the division because we ain't won it in a while. You know what I mean? I really want us to win that Eastern Conference division.
No worries. I got my Haitian voodoo friends coming in. All
right, that's what's up. Do you think if Jason Tatum come back, that makes it hard on them? Because like I said, Boston playing pretty good.
I don't think so. You seen his face? He looked like he about 40 pounds heavier than he was. You see his face? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he looked like his face look like he put on about 20.
He's actually 30 working out though. He's actually working out. He's doing some 5 things.
Doing 5. Yeah. But he still look a little thinking. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I ain't that.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Well, listen, let's get it, man. Great show, gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming in. Great thoughts to the chat. Everybody, thank y'all for coming in, my man. Like, subscribe for your boys, man. Run them up with a thumbs up. Listen, we got a week off, but we are gonna do some shows between now and the Thursday when we get back into it. Obviously Ron invited us to be on the All-Star panel weekend, and we're gonna jump on that. So y'all can look out for us on there as well. Ron, we got you, my brother. Thank you. I'll make sure I come in and holler at you and get in there with you for a while. I know it's gonna be busy. Gonna have some great minds in there, so I'll jump in there and show my support as well. As always, I get it done on that occasion, man. But yeah, man, let's go get it, man. We'll see y'all between now and Friday, whatever the case may be. But let's go get a W, man. We just need a W, ladies and gentlemen. Winning cures everything. That's all I can say. Winning cures all. If we can get a win tonight, we'd be good. But Shaw Power, Nick Nation, the chat, Jay Chosen, everybody, super everybody, man. Thank y'all for coming in. We see y'all and soon, man. Y'all just look for the notification. Chris Woodward just dropped it. BS Chris just hopped in the building. B Willis, everybody who I didn't get to shout out to the whole chat, man. We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.
Everybody.
Peace.
You are now about to witness.
Nick's Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual fact. It's your man, the brand, his hands on going hard like Talisman. Who's style just aiming at your mental with the game analysis on a pregame show. Read the script, we get it like crypto in the rip though. I cyber decrypted, we locked them from the get-go. On this Nick show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT drip club leading up the tip off. We flew by confidence, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we rolled the bar too far for you to reach on. We got our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Nick's going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, Korea popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. So picture the photo of your bro to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding the orange and blue skies. And Metropolitan, we connecting the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming, I made the platform with passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick shit assassin.
You are now about to witness.
It's the Nick's Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness.
It's the Nick's Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness.
It's the Nick's Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire!